probably pretty close. 36 degrees, 37 degrees in the shop here. And outside it's, I think it's -10 Celsius. Last night was -18. About 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Really cold. Really cold. Got my furnace on. We're gonna fix this carb today. I think I know what the problem is. Okay, I got the carb all apart here. Well, this isn't the carb off my bike. This is my spare carburetor. So let me see. I'm trying to do a video like this. Okay. I've learned a few things. I took the Welch plug out of here so I could see which way the passageways were going for the idle circuit, and I just took like a drywall screw because it's nice and pointy and sharp. Just thread it into it and it pops right out. And where's my little flashlight? This is what I wanted to see. Okay, this, whoop, kind of blocking the light there. I'm going to try to do this. You can see at the very bottom there's two little holes, a small hole and a big hole. Those are the transition ports or jets there for the idle circuit. Real low vacuum, a small mist will come out of the small hole. As you open the throttle, a larger mist will come out of the second hole, and then you'll get closer to the main jet. Oh, got my truck in here. It's freezing today. The garage says 44, not too bad in here. My phone rang yesterday on my second video, so I lost it. I thought it was still recording. I was talking to myself for 10 or 15 minutes. So I got to redo one video over. I got to. Okay. So get this set up here a little bit. Spread out like that. Okay. Should have watched that video again to remember where I left off. So I've been studying these carbs, Amal Carbs. I'm getting to know these things inside out now. Okay, so there's one place in these Amal Carbs where they always plug up in the idle circuit. Oh, this is the carb off my bike. This is the spare carb I have. I think this is a video that I lost. Yeah, the glasses on. The flashlight. Whoop. The flashlight here. I think. Yeah, you can see down. If you look right in here, right in there, you can see those two transition holes, and that's where that Welch plug normally goes. Right here, right there, that's where that plug is. I pulled it out of there, and the mixture screw is on this side right here, the air mixture screw. So normally what I do is I'll put the straw in here and low carb cleaner in here, and carb cleaner in here, and then I'll see it coming out of those transition holes there. But on the fuel side, you can't really get at it because shut this off. That's the hole there for the fuel, and they've plugged it from the factory, and that's the other hole there that's plugged from the factory. So you've got two. This is the hole here. This is where it picks the fuel up from the float bowl. Hope that showed up in the other video, but that's either one of these two holes. That picks up the fuel from the bottom of the float bowl into here, and then it's got to travel down this chamber here, and they drill this hole in and plug it because that's where they press the jet in. The idle circuit jet is right in there You can just see it's a little brass insert. Yeah, you can see it right there on that side. That's why I pulled that Welch plug off. I wanted to see where the hell those galleyways went to. And that's what plugs. It always plugs right in this corner, right in that brass jet. And that's where you got to stick a piece of wire in through the air jet, right straight through and across. I think I showed you that in that jet too. Hopefully my camera's working now. Oh yeah, it's working. So you'll see it. Where am I? You can see where I'm sticking that cleaner right through. Well, it's got to go right through all the way back to there. These are too fat. Needs to be about 16 thou piece of wire to push through, and I got it through on mine. And then you can squirt fuel through here, and then it should come out, dribble out that jet there, and you should be able to see it. Okay, I think that's the video that I missed. But this, if you got problems with your idle circuit, that's where it's going to be, right there. Not so much those transition ports, because they're fairly big compared to this jet. That jet's very small. So I'm going to pull the other carb off now. This is the carb on the right side. I got it cleaned out. And yeah, that piece of wire wouldn't fit in there. I kept pushing and pushing, and finally it pushed through, and I wiggled around with some cleaner. I'd love to make it a little bit bigger, but okay, I think that's it for that video. Okay, got the carb off. Got to turn the music down. Didn't spill too much gas. I got to be careful with the gas fumes with a natural gas furnace going. So I throw the rags outside. Oh, let's get this guy. Stiff, stiff, stiff. Come on, get down there. Okay, here should be good. Okay, well here's my carb. I need new screws in the worst way. These ones are screwed. And I'm sure I blew these out, but so I take the needle out of there. As you can see there, that's very clear. That's very clear. So that's the pickup. The other thing is too, you know, I don't know if you can put this gasket on wrong. I don't think you can, because the holes won't line up. But if you did happen to put them on wrong somehow, you could plug up those holes. Don't know how, but if you made your own, maybe. Okay, so that's clear. So this is what I was doing before. I was shooting fuel into here, and I was watching it come out the transition ports, and that works. Whoa, squared up the main jet there. Some guys do with smoke too. Get a rubber hose, suck on some smoke on a cigarette, and blow it in that way. There's a good video. There's a good guy that knows these British bikes inside out. I think I've mentioned him before. His channel's name's Lunmad, I believe. L-U-N-M-A-D. Lunmad, I think. And he explains it pretty good. So I'm just thinking how I can check. If I block that off, so it'd be nice to block off these two holes. It should come out of here. I'll blow it into here. See what happens here. Yeah, I'm going like that. Nothing's coming out of those transition ports there. Yeah, nothing's coming out of there. Yeah, so I'm squirting raw fuel right into here, and it should be going right into here and coming out into that transition. Nothing's coming out, not even a drop. So I'm going to take out the air screw. I don't think I've got a one of these that's that small. Try this one. I need to get it in about that far. No. Okay, I gotta find a fine piece of wire to go in there. See if I can clean that out. Here's what I'm doing to kind of check to make sure that's where it's plugged. You can stick your finger in here, right over top of those two transition ports that are right underneath this brass plug. On that other carb it was aluminum. You can put your fingers over there, and then you put the air jet right into where the air screw goes, and it's going to blow compressed air into here, and it should come. I should feel it. I can feel it coming out of those two transition ports right below here. You can feel it real strong on your finger. So now I'm going to try to. I should be able to put it in here and feel the same thing. The air should be blowing right through here, through this jet, and there's nothing coming out. It's absolutely nothing. What I could do too is put the air screw back in here to block this side off, so it'll build up more pressure. What's going on here? Just want that to seat there. Okay. And force the air in there. Blow it hard enough, I'll blow that out. Okay, I'm going to find a piece of wire to try to push that through. I use garbage tie wire like this and just strip it, and I measured the length to here, and I just forced it through. It just went through that jet. It was gummed up in there a little bit, but look at that. Now I'm pretty sure I got it going through there. Wow. I think that might work. A little bit of penetrating on in there too. Yeah, I couldn't get it through initially. Let's see where we are. Oh yeah, I'm through right there. Come on, get in there. There we go. All the way in. So I'm kind of wiggling around. You can see how far I'm getting it. I'm getting it all the way into there. Hopefully you can see that on there. And then what some people do is they try to go through this way, bend the wire a little bit. See if I can get it to go in this way. It's a little harder because you got it on a right angle. Yeah, I got it in about that far, so now let's try it. Oh, I gotta put that screw back in here. Put the idle screw back in so that it doesn't blow through. Guaranteed I pushed that hole through bigger, I know that. Okay, so now, let's see here. You can hear the air coming through there now. Okay. I'm going to screw around with this a little bit more. Before I put these carbs back together here, I'm going to replace these screws. They're pretty buggered up. And it's 30 threads per inch. It's like 3/16. I can't remember what the screw sizes are, like a 4 or 10 or 10/30 or something like that. I don't know. But I want to put some little Allen heads in there before I put that back together. So I think it's going to be another day before I fire this up, and I'm going to pull off the left carb here too. I'm going to pull this carb off and just make sure that's clear. I might even be able to do it on here. Now I'm going to take it right off. I'm going to take it right off. Clean it once and for all. Make sure I got that idle circuit cleaned right out. Kids got me a new Pittsburgh hat for Christmas, so I'm wearing that. I'm a Maple Leaf fan though by heart. It's a nice hat though. Okay, so I think that's all I can do today. I'm going to go get some screws and then button this up tomorrow and hopefully fire it up. Okay, good night.